you're never gonna believe what time it is, man.
Alright, let's go. Today we're just going to be filling out March Madness brackets. I'm going to have my little brother come in here and do it after I'm done. But before we start, I just want to say I'm working on that high-quality video. I'm not going to tell you guys what it is yet, but I'll be working on that. It'll be out sometime, hopefully this week, but just know I'm working on that, so don't be too mad. Okay, let's get started. Now, I know Virginia got upset by that 16 seed, but I don't think that's going to be happening at all this year. No 16th seed upsets. Maryland versus West Virginia. So, Maryland, I think Maryland's a team that's more likely to win this series, but I think West Virginia is more likely of a team to beat and upset Alabama. I'm going to go with West Virginia on this one, but that's just me. I'm going to have San Diego State. I think Charleston's a good selection for an upset, but I think both SDSU and Virginia will both make it through. Creighton and NC State, both very good teams. NC State does have a better record, but I am picking Creighton to move on for this one. Baylor, that's a no-brainer for me. I don't think Baylor's going to get upset. Now, Missouri and Utah State. Utah State, being from Utah, I don't want to have bias. Utah State is a very fun team. I don't watch too much college basketball, but Utah State is a team that I've watched. Very, very fun team to watch. And I think that they could upset Missouri. Arizona, no-brainer against Princeton. Purdue, I think Purdue's going to win. Memphis and FAU, both very good teams. FAU has an outstanding record, but they haven't played any top teams. I'm going to be going with Memphis on this one. Duke and Oral Roberts. Everyone knows how good Duke is. One of the best organizations of all time. Don't have the greatest team this year, but still very good. Oral Roberts did make that run to the Sweet 16. I'm going to be picking Duke to move on. Tennessee is a team that was very good, but over the last few weeks, they've lost a lot of games. They've lost 6 of 10 coming into the tournament. Lost on a bunch of buzzer beaters.
Seconds, lets it go for the win. Outside to Lawrence for the win. Yes!
I'll still be picking Tennessee to move on, but I'm not sure about the future. Kentucky versus Providence. Kentucky, phenomenal team. Same record as Providence. Providence 3-5. Top 5 teams. I do think Kentucky's the better team, but I'm going to be picking Providence for this upset. Kansas State versus Montana State. Montana State has a pretty good squad. I'm going to be going with Kansas. Now, Michigan State versus USC. This one's a bit tough. Michigan State has what it takes to move on to the next round, but I am going to be choosing USC with this. Marquette. It's a no-brainer for me. UCLA, no-brainer to me. Northwestern has a great squad, but obviously they're very good against top 25 teams. I'm going to be going with Boise State for the upset. A lot of people are going with Grand Canyon against the Gonzaga upset, but I'm not going to be going with this. Now, TCU versus Arizona State or Nevada. TCU has a very good squad down there. I do think Arizona State and Nevada both have what it takes to be able to upset them, so I will be going with that. I'm going to be taking UConn over Iona. UConn is a team who's very underrated for their seed. I'm going to be going St. Mary's over VCU, even though that will be a good game. Now, Illinois versus Arkansas. Arkansas is a team that has some of the best players in all of college basketball, but the team as a whole isn't exactly the greatest. I'm going to be going with Illinois on this one, and then Kansas to be going over Howard. Texas versus Colgate. Colgate had some upsets, I think, last year, but I will be going with Texas. Texas A&M and Penn State. Penn State is much better than a 10th seed. It's going to be a tough choice because Texas A&M is also a really good team. I'm going to be going with Penn State on this one. Xavier and Kennesaw State. I'm going to be going with Xavier. I'm also going to have Iowa State over Mississippi State or Pittsburgh. Indiana and Kent State. Indiana is a really good team, but they tend to fall apart. I am going to be going with Kent State on this one. Miami versus Drake. Drake is a very good team. I think Miami will be their hardest matchup if they continue to advance on the tournament. Miami has a very good squad. I will be picking with Drake, though. I will be rocking with Drake. Iowa has one of my favorite players, Chris Murray, obviously brother of Keegan Murray, one of my favorite players in the league right now. But Auburn also is a pretty good squad. I'll be going with Iowa, though. Houston, also another no-brainer. Moving on to the round of 32. I do have Alabama going on over West Virginia. I do think West Virginia does have a chance to make it over Alabama, but now Virginia and SDSU. San Diego State has a very good team, but against some of the better teams in the league, they struggle. So I do think they'd lose to Virginia. Creighton versus Baylor. Now, Baylor, been one of my favorite teams. I love Jared Butler, Davion Mitchell, Royce O'Neal, some of my favorite players. It's going to be tougher this year because they don't have the high-end talent that they have had. They do have Keontae George, who is a really good player, but I can't remember what his name is, but from Creighton, they have one of the best defensive players in the league. I'll be going with Baylor, though. Utah State versus Arizona. As much as I want to pick Utah State for the upset, it's going to be Arizona. Purdue versus Memphis. This is my first massive upset. I'm going to be going with Memphis over Purdue. I think Purdue's a really good team. Zach Edey's very good, but they're not very good for one seed, and I think Memphis could upset them. Duke over Tennessee. I'm going to be going with Tennessee on this one. Both very good squads, but actually, no, I'll go with Duke. I'll go with Duke. Providence over Kansas State. I'm going to be going with Kansas State. USC and Marquette. I'm going with Marquette. UCLA over Boise State. Not too much thinking there. Just pretty simple. Same with Gonzaga. I have them over ASU, Nevada. St. Mary's or UConn. I definitely have UConn going on. Same with Kansas. Another big upset I have Penn State over Texas. I think Penn State does have the tools, does have what it takes to make a big run. Texas has a really good team, but I do have Penn State going over them. Iowa State or Xavier. I'm going to be going with Xavier on this one. And then Drake or Kent State. I'm going to be going with Drake. And then Houston over Iowa. Alabama or Virginia. Obviously, Alabama has one of the best sharpshooters in the league in Brandon Miller, both on and off the court. But I'll be going with Alabama. Baylor or Arizona. Don't want to be too generic picking all 1 seeds and 2 seeds, but for the South, I am going to be picking Alabama and Arizona. Memphis or Duke. I'm going to have Memphis coming to the Elite Eight. And Marquette and Kansas State. Both very good teams. It's going to be a tough battle. For either team, Marquette versus Kansas State, both teams will struggle, but I do have Marquette coming up in the end. UCLA versus Gonzaga. Gonzaga is a team a lot of people have going all the way. A lot of people have getting upset in the first round. I'm going to have them somewhere in the middle, losing the Sweet 16 to UCLA. And Kansas versus UConn. I'm going to have UConn over Kansas. Just Connecticut, very, very solid team. And Xavier and Penn State. I am going to have the Cinderella story of Penn State continue going, advancing Penn State all the way to the Elite Eight. Not a lot of people are going to be doing that. And Houston over Drake. Now, Alabama or Arizona. Arizona is going to be my team from the South in the Final Four. And I am going to be having the Cinderella story of Memphis ending to Marquette, advancing Arizona and Marquette both to the Final Four. I'm going to be having Connecticut over UCLA. And Houston is a great team. Penn State is a great team, but Houston is just better. A lot of the teams certainly are better than Penn State, but Cinderella story of Penn State is going to be coming to an end right here. And then Final Four, it's going to be Marquette. I want to pick UConn, but yep, I'm going to pick UConn. And then Marquette and UConn, I'm going to have Marquette winning it all. Marquette taking home the tournament. Score doesn't really matter. We'll just throw in some numbers, 70 to 69. And those are my picks. We've got a fresh bracket. I'm going to be having my little brother Aiden come in, make us picks. Not sure if he's going to be talking them as much as I was, but here we go.
It's probably going to suck, but whatever. Okay, I don't really watch college basketball, so I'm just going to hope the standings are good. Alabama is going to take it, obviously. Hopefully. Okay, I'm actually going to have West Virginia take this one. And then upset Charleston's going to win it. And then I'm just going to go Virginia here. Creighton here. have no clue what I'm doing, but sure. Okay, let's go Baylor. I like Utah State, but I'm gonna go Missouri here. Arizona. Purdue is probably gonna win it there. No big upsets, but sure. Let's go Memphis here. I'd say there's gonna be a few upsets, but not too many big ones. So let's go Duke on this one. Tennessee probably. Honestly, yeah. I'm actually gonna have an upset here. Let's go Providence. Kansas State. I feel like this one's gonna be a closer one here, but I'm gonna have USC take it. Then probably Marquette's gonna take that one. Let's go Houston here. Like I said, I don't really watch basketball, so just taking some random guesses. Let's go Auburn. It's gonna take it. It's gonna be close though. Miami. So upset. And then Kent State's gonna win by game-winning 3 here. Obviously, makes sense. Not really, but sure. Okay, Iowa State's gonna take that one. Xavier's taking that one. Let's go Penn State on this one, actually. Not too big of an upset, but yeah. Texas is gonna take this one. It's gonna be close, though. Don't ask why it's gonna be close, but go Kansas here. Arkansas is taking this one. I feel like this one's gonna be closer, but St. Mary's is gonna take it. UConn's taking this one. TCU is gonna win that. I feel like Gonzaga is gonna have an upset, but not soon. So let's go Gonzaga on this one. And then probably Northwestern here. UCLA is gonna destroy them in that one. Okay, let's go upset here. Let's have Memphis take this one. This one's gonna be close. Bring up Duke. And then let's go another upset. Providence is taking that. And then Marquette's gonna take USC there. UCLA is gonna win this one. And probably Gonzaga. And then let's go. UConn's gonna exit out early, so let's go St. Mary's there. And then Kansas. Okay, I'm gonna have Marquette taking this one. UCLA is gonna take Gonzaga. And then Duke is going to take Memphis, along with Kansas taking St. Mary. Right here, we got Alabama taking West Virginia. I have another upset here. Charleston is going to take that. I feel like this one's going to be closer, but I'm going to have Baylor taking this one. I feel like Arizona is going to do really solid in this tournament, so let's go Arizona. We're going to have an upset here. Let's go Penn State over Texas. And then Xavier is going to take this. So this one, let's actually go Miami here. And then Houston is going to choke here, and Auburn is going to take it. Okay, then we got Alabama taking out Charleston, and Miami taking out Auburn. Along with Arizona taking out Baylor, and Xavier taking out. Actually, no, let's go Penn State. The upset team is going to take that one. Okay, and then here I'm going to have UCLA take Kansas and Duke take Marquette. Alabama is going to take Arizona along with Miami taking out Penn State. Okay, here I'm going to have Alabama is going to get out in the Final Four to Duke, and UCLA is going to play against Duke in the finals. And then I'm going to have UCLA take it 76-73.